Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see one of the most important concept, validation. So in most of the application you see, you need to validate your data. That is the user entered data should be properly validated before submitting to the server. So the validation plays a major role and it is most important to prove your efficiency of your applications. So validation should be most be taken care to make your website error free. So that is a validation in Apex. How we can do validation? There are so many of validations available. For example, by default there is a like not null validation, like the mandatory columns page item. You can set value required attribute in the page item itself. So some of the common like for example, if the page item should be max length, this many characters should be max length, then that can be achieved in the page item property itself, like fixing the maximum length property. So these are the basic validation features. So to make some advanced features, advanced validations, how we can use in Apex. In Apex, what they are providing for a validation, so that we can see in this video. So I will give you a scenario. In a scenario, now I'm the user. I'm entering the mobile number. The mobile number in the page item. In the page item, the mobile number should be of 10 characters. It should not be less than 10 characters, or it should not be more than 10 characters. So in this scenario, we are just going to validate whether the entered number is exactly equal to 10 characters or not. So that is we are going to validate now. And if it is less than or it is greater than, then we are going to show this is like invalid mobile number. So how to do this? Let's begin. So in this page validation, I'm just going to create one page item and I'm going to name it as mobile number. And for time being, it can be a text field itself. Here in the label, it's mobile number, and you can go it off. I'm just going to show you a output. Here you can see a mobile number. Now I'm going to create a button and it is going to submit. So it's going to submit. So now I got a button. Now I'm going to make this button somewhat hot. Now the button is ready. Now after I am going to enter some value, it should on submitting this button, it should validate whether the number of character entered is exactly equal to 10. If it is less than or greater than 10, it should warn me it's an invalid mobile number and it should not proceed further. That is a main important thing. Once the validation is failed, it should not proceed with further proceeding with the server. So that is the thing. That is a validation purpose. We are just breaking the flow. So how to create a validation for that? For that, you just select the page item, right click, you will see here create validation. So you just select it, make it as mobile number check, mobile number length check, or mobile number valid check, something. You can name it whatever you want. Here if you scroll down, you can see type. Here there are so many of functionalities available, like item is null, not null, numeric, everything. Now I'm going to check it as expression. In this expression, if this I'm going to give some condition. If this condition is true, then the validation is passed. Suppose if this condition failed, then we will get an error. So now I'm going to write length of mobile number is equal to 10. Now my entered mobile number value is exactly equal to 10, then this validation is passed and it will proceed with the further proceeding. Suppose if it fails, then it will warn me. So what the message should be? It should be like invalid mobile number. So invalid mobile number, this message will be shown. So now I will show you a demo. So now I am going to enter some 1, 2, 3. Now after clicking the submit, it should warn me it's an invalid number. So I am getting invalid mobile number. Suppose if I entered correctly, it's a 10 digit After entering this, I will get no values, like the validation is passed, exact 10 characters, so this passed the validation. And one more thing, here you can see display location, where it should display. It's like inline field and notification. Inline with field means you will get the error message below the page item. Inline in notification means you will get in the top error message. So if inline with field and inline with notification, both the places you will get, you can see here. Now you can see invalid mobile number, this is inline with the field, and invalid mobile number, this is on in notification alert notice. So we are just enable both the thing, so we are getting in the both place. Suppose if you want only in the alert message or within this below this page item, then you can specify whatever thing you want. So you can make this possible. And you have some server side condition also. When this for example some particular button is pressed, submit button is pressed, then it should execute, otherwise it should not execute. Likewise you can set, and some authorization scheme also you can set. We will see a brief on authorization scheme in the future session. So many options are available for this. This is a basic functionality of a validation. So I'm just validating my entered value against some condition. If this is true, then the validation will pass. Otherwise if it fails, then it will stop the flow and will throw a error message on my output, and it will stop my flow. It will not submit my content to the server. This is the validation process. So validation is one of the most important thing. You should validate your every input against some condition. So validation must be main priority when you are going to design a data centric application. So where the data will be more, the user will enter more kind of data, then you should validate each and every data. Then once it is finalized and it is properly validated, then only you need to submit the data, user entered data to the server to update your database. That is a main important, since it is deals majorly with the security of your application. So now security of your application. So this is the validation. And one more thing, the validation will be executed only when you submit a page. So here this validation you are created, but it will not execute until you submit a page. So where we are submitting here, in the submit button, if you scroll down, you can see action, I am submitting a page, so that only it is executing. So if I not submitted, like if I created some dynamic action on the button, then this will not work. So once when you submit a page, your validation will be triggered. So on the validation, you can see in the process tab, validator under validation. You can have n number of validation for each, or n for one page item, you can have n number of validations, and the same vice versa. So the validation will be executed in a sequence of order, like one below the another. It will be executed. Suppose if this validation is fails, then the next sequence will not proceed. It will stop the flow. So the sequence number used to maintain the sequence order. So this is the validations which will be available in the Apex. You can easily validate to any page items. For example, if I am getting some mobile number, I can validate whether the mobile number entered is valid email or not. Either you can check that email ID entered from your database, otherwise you can check that is a proper mail ID or not. Using that symbols, you can use some regex expression, and you can validate that mobile number and email IDs. So these are the basic thing in validation. You are validating your page items in Oracle Apex. Using this way, you can validate your page items in Oracle Apex. Thank you.